I didn't have my glasses on or anything. I would have been blind and naked outside. Good morning. I don't know what to say right now.
Well, you could start off by not saying good morning.
Well,
maybe it throws you off when you say good morning.
It's the evening, but I like to say good morning.
Well, it's really good afternoon.
Well, but we posted in the morning.
Good morning. Welcome to the vlog.
The vlog. How's everybody's day today?
Good.
Yeah? How's your day?
Not good.
I know. It'll be better though. It'll get better.
Why don't you tell them about the fire before we get into anything on my end?
Okay.
Okay.
Can we sit down and have this chat?
Sure.
All right. One moment. So do we have a story for you? So you remember a couple weeks ago when the fire alarms went off and I had just gotten out of the shower and I had to climb on the beds naked to stop them, to yank them off the wall, really.
I wasn't complaining.
Well, the windows were wide open, right? So today, I'm taking a shower, getting ready for my volleyball game tonight, and Tiffany's on her way home. I'm just about ready to rinse my hair, and I hear the door open, and I hear something to the effects of, "Cari, fire!" And I'm like, turning the water off, jumping out of the shower, I'm soaking wet, and I'm like, what? Silence. Throw the towel around me. Tiffany, what? Silence. So then I grab another towel to cover up my front bits, because I have the...
My towel.
Yeah, because the towel I'm using is only covering up my back bits, and I run to the door, and I'm like, Tiffany, what is going on? And she's like, get in the house, we're fine. I thought there was a fire, but there's not. Are you kidding me? And she's like, were you really gonna go outside in a towel? Well, if there's
without
a fire,
the cats?
I didn't have my glasses on or anything. I would have been blind and naked outside. But if there's a fire, you only have like 5 minutes to get out of your house, if that.
Yeah.
So the only thing I had going for me was I was soaking wet.
So before I tell you my side, do you really think that I would have just stayed outside and just said, fire, get out? Like, I mean, I would have come in to get you.
Well,
so it just should have clued you in that there wasn't a fire in the house. I understand how nerve-wracking it could have been. I get that part. But I mean, like, let's just really think about it here. I wouldn't let you burn, you know, in the house.
Yes, I know. So what did you say when you yelled into the house?
I pulled up and it smelled funny in the garage.
Yes.
And the handyman is here. Your dad's handyman guy.
Right.
And he's doing some painting and stuff. So I thought what I smelled was just some kind of paint or varnish, turpentine, whatever.
Okay.
Not that...
Can you let her in your arms, please?
Yeah. Not that any of that is even close to, like, you know, smoke or whatever.
Right.
Hi, sweetie. So I get up to the porch and he says, he saw me sniffing and he said, do you smell that? And I said, yeah. What is that? And he said, fire. And he was pretty calm when he said it, so I wasn't really thinking much of it. And I'm looking around like, okay, we both smell the same thing. Where's the smoke? Where's something, you know? Yeah. So then, hi baby. So then he said, why don't you open the garage? It smells like a wire. And I said, okay, so it's a wire. I open the garage, he goes over and he opens the car and he's like, well, your car's not on fire, but there's definitely something on fire in here. So I'm like, great, do I get the car out of the garage, you know? Because, cars catch on fire, they blow up. I mean, right. Turned out, I said, well, there's nothing on fire in the garage unless it's something we can't see. Right. So is there... Our garage is not big. No, and it fits one car. Yeah. So I said, is there anywhere else that there could be a fire? And he went over next door and it turns out there was tons of smoke inside the building next door. So that's what we were smelling. Okay. So they obviously did something over there So, but before that, before I knew that, I didn't know where the fire was.
Right.
I knew it wasn't in the house, but I didn't know where it was. So I just wanted to get you outside so we could get your, opinion, Thanks, Prim. So I opened the door and I said, Cari, come outside, there's a fire. And I thought I was loud enough and I heard you say something and I said, just come outside. So I shut the door and I don't know if I heard you yelling, but I think I heard something while we were trying to figure it out.
Okay.
So that was the situation.
Yeah, so within a span of 6 weeks, all of Main Street, almost, or might have, seen my whole body. My lady bits.
So you're saying it was back to senior year again?
Ew.
Come on, that was the first joke I've said in 2 days.
That's true.
Yeah, because the video today that everybody saw was actually filmed Sunday.
That is true.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was alarming and messy because I had, there was water everywhere.
Yeah, I walked in and started slipping. And then when I went to the bathroom, my socks were soaked.
Well, that's your own fault.
Guess I can't wear these socks tomorrow again. Some
Wear
people wear
clean
the same socks 2 days in a row.
Ew, no they don't.
If they only wear them for like 3 hours, it's like the same day.
You wore them longer than 3 hours.
Let me say something.
Okay.
The average working man or woman,
Yes.
and this is in their journals for this, they get dressed and it's around the hours of 7 a.m. Okay. And they will have a pair of socks on for 16 hours.
Okay.
I don't even wear a pair of socks for a quarter of that time.
Yes, you do.
Not all the time. I don't see the... If it's more than half the day, I'm not going to wear the same sock again.
You need to learn how to use a clock and tell time.
That time is irrelevant
What time
anyway.
did you leave yesterday?
Yesterday?
Yes.
I left yesterday at, I don't know, 7:30.
Okay. What
Okay.
time did you get home?
Around 2 o'clock.
And how many hours is that?
I don't know. 7.
Yeah, so you were in for 7 hours.
Okay, that's half of 16.
Yeah,
Basically.
that's more than a quarter.
Okay, half then. Well, we go half for yesterday.
And did you take them off as soon as you got home?
Yeah.
No, you didn't.
Kick them off right in the living room.
No, you didn't. You never take your socks off when you get home.
Okay, yesterday was an exception. But what about the days that I'll put on a pair of socks on Saturday for a little while and just wear the same pair on Sunday?
Oh my
I know,
God.
you guys, guess what? Old Tiffany used to have to wear new socks every 6 weeks. 6 months. I'd have to throw all the old ones away. And I think of all the waste I did.
Yeah.
And nothing came of it. Nothing changed.
No.
No, and I've been doing this, like, wear the same socks now for like 5 years.
Yeah.
And nothing has changed either. You know, and my feet don't stink. They smell like roses. I'd sniff them right now if I could lift my leg up to my face. Soon, folks, soon. I'm just saying.
What? Okay.
What do you guys think? And I don't want to hear anyone grossed out. I'm being honest with you guys and being real.
Yeah.
This is a real thing. Can you wear the same pair of socks if you've only worn them for 4 or 5 hours?
We should do like a confessions video, and that can be one of your confessions. You wear the same socks for 3 days in a row.
Now you're adding on more days.
No, I am not. I am being honest.
Okay, but I don't wear those socks outside. Those are my house socks. You're full of it.
I am not.
Don't even believe
I'm
her.
not. Yes,
No.
believe me.
What you doing there?
I am.
What's that?
It's a quilt.
What kind of quilt?
A quilt for a small child.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why don't you let me see it?
Why?
I think everyone would like to see it.
I think in due time they can see it.
Okay.
It's gonna be a surprise.
The best kind of prize.
It's a surprise.
Well, you better hurry up.
I'm trying.
Go toss it somewhere because you got to say goodbye.
Okay.
She's just going to toss it right down the hall. What are you doing, Prim? What are you doing? Someone asked on a video a long time ago, that's where we hang up our clothes when it's, when they get done.
When they need to hang.
Yeah, when they need to hang dry. It's perfect. It's a it's perfect.
Yeah.
You know, better than hanging them up in the shower.
It really is.
Yeah. So you taking off?
I am.
You gonna win big? Don't let me down.
I'll try not to.
Okay. All right, well, good luck and have a good game.
Thank you.
Okay, I love you.
Bye.
It's been a pretty rough couple of days for me. And Carrie and I have been pretty open about most things in our lives. I mean, you just saw our IUI procedure. I'd say that was pretty open. So it turns out a couple days ago, I lost a friend. She died very suddenly, and it turned out that she could have possibly had a pulmonary embolism. Even if that's not the case in the end, it doesn't matter. She died suddenly. You know, she woke up without a pulse and coded several times at the hospital, and they were just unable to bring her back. She was 29 years old. About 10 years younger than I am. Maybe give or take a few years. But it's just really hard to talk about. Anytime someone dies, I don't know if it's just the thing that we do or the thing that we say as people, but I automatically thought to myself, man, I wish I would have reached out to her more. You know, and I started to feel guilt, and I started to blame myself because I wasn't that great of a friend. You know, why didn't I reach out to her more? It wasn't why didn't she reach out to me, it was why didn't I reach out to her more? You know, why didn't I make an effort to see her more, to talk to her more? And now I can't. Like, I'll never talk to her again. I'll never see her again. And now she's gone, and there's nothing I can do about it. And then I got to thinking, I can't feel guilt because there are so many people in my life, so many family members, so many good friends that I haven't talked to in a long time. And I know by definition, maybe they're acquaintances, but in my heart it doesn't feel like that. It feels like they're still my friends. I mean, I have some friends who I haven't seen in a really long time, and when I see them again, we just pick up right where we left off. You know, because you move on from people, and it's not as if you're discarding them, it's just you're moving on, you're on a different path, you're going in a different direction right now. But that doesn't mean they're not in your heart. You know, you think about them. You know, songs come on the radio. I swear there isn't a time that I hear Fall Out Boy that I don't think about Ashley. You know, it was just a thing that we did. We sang loudly, we sang silly, we sang at parties. She came to my wedding and played that song for me at the wedding, and we were out in the middle of the dance floor screaming it. Now, of course, other friends and family joined in, but she's the one who had it played. And unfortunately, that's the last time I saw her. So it was almost a year ago. Wasn't the last time I talked to her, though. That was maybe a month or two ago. The point is, I can't talk to everyone in my life, you know? I can't let this bother me forever. There's no time in the day for me to call every single person I care about, every single person I love, and just say, hi, how are you? There's just not enough hours in a day for me to do that. And even though I know all that and I say all that, in the back of my mind, I still feel like I could have done something differently. You know, I wanted to post something on Facebook or just reach out or text some family and just say, you know, hug your loved ones tonight, keep your babies close. You know, tomorrow's not promised. It really isn't. And we say these things all the time, and then we just get back to our lives. And we go on. We move forward. And we get busy. and we don't reach out to everyone again. And then something happens suddenly and someone's gone. It's just this vicious circle that we just keep putting ourselves through. So then I was on my drive home today, and I never listen to the radio in the car. I usually listen to an audiobook, or I'll put it on Netflix and just flip it upside down so I don't watch it, I just listen to it, like listen to an old show or whatever, because sometimes the traffic is just so much and I'll miss something if I'm listening to an audiobook. But today, for some reason, I just threw on Spotify and a Fall Out Boy song came on. Now, it wasn't a song that I would have particularly sang loudly, just the point that it was Fall Out Boy, so I got thinking again. And I replayed this whole conversation that I'm having with you again. And it literally went through the cycle of, I wish I would have talked to her. Well, that's impossible, Tiff. You can't talk to everyone. Well, I could have tried. I didn't even try. I don't even remember the last time that I've picked up the phone and had a conversation with, my cousin Steven. It's always in passing, or I'll say, hey, Mom, tell Steven I said hi. I think about these things, and then I get busy, so it's not just with someone who's gone, it's someone who's still alive. And then I'll think to myself, it's impossible. I have homework, I have deadlines, I have internship. And then I started listening to the song and I started smiling, because I think for some reason I was in the right place at the right time. And by listening to this song, I kind of eased my own pain in a way. Because the music kind of just made me realize that just things are going to happen and they're going to be out of my control, and I'm not going to be able to do anything about it. And I can beat myself up over it and I can feel guilty because I can, but it's not going to do me any good. Or I can just move on. And I can do something, figure out a way to honor her memory. And that's what I have to do. Because at any given moment, we could lose someone. I could lose someone who's really close to me. And chances are it's going to be out of my control. And I will be back in the same position. I'll feel the same way. But then I'll pick myself up and I'll realize that I need to honor that person. That's what I'm gonna do. I know this has been kind of long, and maybe some of you think it's boring, but it was important for me to say it. Maybe one of you needed to hear it. Maybe no one needed to hear it, but maybe in a year someone will stumble across this video and they will need it. And that's why it was important for me to say it to you. I'm sorry for all the breaks and the pauses and stuff like that, and I'm sorry if I'm going to be a little, morose for the next couple of days. I don't know when any of the arrangements are. But I think I have an idea of how I can, come back from this, and it might be able to be something that I can do for a lot of people. All right, well, anyway, that's what's going on in my life right now. This is how I feel today. This is how I was feeling earlier. I'll probably be feeling like this tomorrow. I'm thankful that you guys listened to it and put up with it. And if any of you have lost anyone or in the process of losing someone, I'm really sorry and I feel for you. But I guess we have to ride it out, ride out the storm, and hopefully we'll be able to pick up the pieces and move on.
Well, guys, I'm home. We won our game. Yay! And look at what I came home to. Tiff's fast asleep. She's got little Katniss protecting her, so she only has sweet dreams tonight. So, on that note, I am going to say good night and thank you to all of you for watching this video, subscribing if you haven't subscribed, click that bell, sharing us with your friends, and commenting, giving us a thumbs up. We really appreciate it. But I'm gonna get going so she doesn't wake up. So we will catch you on the flippity.